OTO Zone 44. Here today tackling Isaiah 53, the suffering servant. All right. So this right here, what I have posted is a disclaimer. Because if you actually read the book of Isaiah, you will understand that after chapter 39, the book drastically changed. All right. There's a doctrine that's out about the three Isaiahs. But will I say Isaiah wrote the entire book? No. Most likely it was other prophets that stepped in, and that's who wrote the rest of Isaiah. But does that change anything? No, it does not. All right. So here are the candidates we have for the suffering servant. All right. We have Jeremiah, Ezekiel, King David, Hezekiah. I have the land of Jerusalem itself and the nation of Israel. So as we know, Jeremiah fits lots of the characteristics of the suffering servant. So does Ezekiel. Both of them actually suffered for the people. All right. We have King David, who was persecuted by his own friend and his kinsmen, his children. Well, one of his kids. We have Hezekiah, whose life was literally prolonged by the Most High so that he can see his seed. We have the land of Jerusalem itself, aka Zion, who was pleading out to the Most High to receive her children back. And of course, we have the entire nation of Israel, right? And of course, that is a large variety, like a wide variety when it comes to the nation of Israel, right? But who is not? Jesus Christ. I can with confidence 100% say that. All right. Isaiah 53, 2-3. For he shall grow up before him a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we shall desire him. He is despised, rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as if were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. All right. So I read that because when you read the New Testament, you know for a fact this does not apply to Jesus Christ of the New Testament. All right. What you guys do is try to focus on dying for the transgressions and all of that stuff. And you want to ignore these parts here, right? Jesus was very popular. He had disciples. Everywhere he went, he had thousands of people following him. All right. To the point that he had to hop on a ship to escape them. He had the lady, following him, grabbed his garment. He was extremely popular. All right. Don't try to sit up and act like Jesus of the New Testament was just despised and a man of grief. He was not Jeremiah. Okay. Jeremiah is known as basically the suffering servant, right? I mean, he wrote Lamentations. All throughout Jeremiah book, he is in grief. He's in pain, right? And sometimes physical pain. But Jesus, no, he was basically a celebrity. Cut it out. All right. So we got Isaiah 53:7. He was oppressed. He was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, he opened not his mouth. All right. So I want to hit you with Matthew 27:46. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, my God, why have thou forsaken me? Okay. So for all the Christians and Christian lights, you guys got to stop with this trying to forcefully insert this idol, Jesus Christ, into the Old Testament. All right. He's not mentioned anywhere in the Old Testament. And then you guys, like I said, all you guys do is, oh, well, he died for the sins. He died for the sins. That's just copying what King David wrote in songs, okay? That's all what it is. End of the day, he's nothing but another dying and rising December 25th God. All right. He doesn't, I'm just saying, he doesn't meet any of the stuff outside of that. He doesn't meet anything. And then what about the part where it says, he shall see his seed? You know, like stuff like that. I mean, come on, right? Don't you Christians teach that he died at the age of 33? Don't we know, according to the scriptures, that he died at a young age? All right. So that's what I'm saying. And the only reason why you guys do this is because you guys are bamboozled by the fact that the New Testament tells you Jesus is the volume of the book. So what you do, you put on your Jesus lens and you place them everywhere. Cut it out. All right. So I want to get to my conclusion, right? We have Isaiah 44:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. Okay. What does Isaiah say? All right. What does the Most High put into Isaiah to say? All right. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. What does the Most High put into the prophet to say here? Okay. When you read Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, Israel is called the servant of the Most High. All right. But one thing you got to remember, the actual suffering servant, all right, of Israel, of Isaiah 53. That's why it started out as, who shall believe our report? That is speaking from the people's perspective. I'm going to get back to that. Let me read this. Isaiah 42:1, 2, and 4. Behold, my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. He shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth, and the isles shall await for his law. All right. Who does this? This is speaking about the righteous remnant of Israel. Okay. Everyone that I mentioned as a candidate, those people apply. We know, according to the scriptures, the Most High sent out a plethora of prophets to speak to Israel. And what happened? Israel killed a lot of the prophets. All right. They killed a lot of the prophets. Those are the people that died for the transgressions. Okay. So we have right here Isaiah 43 or 49:3. All right. And 5-6. And said unto me, thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. And now say the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and may God shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. Okay. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. This is speaking about the righteous remnant of Israel. Okay. People like King David, people like Jeremiah, people like Ezekiel, people like Isaiah. These are the suffering servants. It is a collective. It's not just one person. Okay. Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction for my own sake. Okay. This is telling you right now that the Most High calls this. The Most High is the orchestrator over everything. So to make it short, sweet, and to the point, the suffering servant isn't one particular person. That's why you have people like Hezekiah, whose life was preserved. That's why you have Israel, the land, crying. The suffering servant is the elect the righteous elect of Israel. The servant is the people that is current day teaching Torah / Old Testament only. All right. And guess what happened with each and every one that gets on this path and break out of Christianity? And when we try to spread the Torah to our people, what do we get? Backlash. We get mocked. Everything. All right. You get attacked verbally. I mean, it's ridiculous. All right. So still to this day, the righteous elect of Israel is out here suffering. We already suffered for the transgression of the wicked of Israel. That's why we're in captivity to this day, right? But the awakening is happening now. All right. 2020 was a period of not just clear vision. The awakening started at a very large scale. I myself came into getting into the scriptures in 2020 during COVID time. I had a strong urge to read the Bible and seek out the Most High. Yes, I was on the wrong path because I became pretty much a Christian like, but look what happened. I became Old Testament only, right? So in conclusion, the suffering servant is the totality of all the righteous men, not just men, take that back, all the righteous people of Israel that the Most High used to go out and teach and share knowledge and carry out the missions of the Most High. That is who truly suffers for the Most High. All right, I'm out. I got more videos dropping. Let's go.